Hello, today I'd like to continue talk about multiple pawn, but today I'd like to cover how to do the VR pawn, which is pretty tricky because I have to run this directly through my VR headset, which is right here. It's the Quest 3. And I will show you how you can activate the Oculus Link. So when you have this multi-pawn, one pawn could be the VR headset. Okay. So to do that, first thing I will do is in the content, I will add, I already did this so you don't have to repeat. So I will add a feature content pack. I will choose this virtual reality template. So once you add this into your project, you will automatically have a new map plus the VR pawn with some of this asset, right? I already did this, so you can see I do have this VR template and with a bunch of new maps, just one map with a lot of new blueprint. One of them is called VR pawn. Okay, so that's how you add this VR into your current project. And then since I add this template into my current project automatically, if I using my old level, by going to the world settings, you should be able to see this new game mode called VR game mode. So I can just simply switch to VR game mode. Then I'm able to play this in VR. I do want to mention is before you do that, you do want to create this guy. This is called the navigation mesh. If you just type nav mesh or navigation mesh, you can see this is nav mesh bounds. So basically this defines the boundaries of your navigation mesh. And also I create this box which has a collision. So if I press P on in editor, I can sort of see the navigation mesh. So the green zone will be everything you can, the location you can teleport using the VR pawn, right? I think that's it. And another thing I just want to point out is currently I have my player start right here. So if I do play, the VR pawn will gonna possess right in this location. Another thing I did is in let's play this one first so you can get a sense of what this VR pawn looks like. Because I have the Oculus Link activate, so this is a program you can install to your local PC, Windows, then you can use Oculus Link through your Quest. And you should have this option activate. It's called a VR preview. So now if I play through the VR preview, because I am using my headset right, as my current VR pawn, so automatically you will be able to see my screen. Right, this is controlled directly through the VR pawn. It's a little bit tricky because I have my headphone with me. Let me wear that. So now you have the VR pawn, plus you have your hands available. So the default navigation mode is actually teleport. So you're using the controller, you can push the knob. The left hand will allow you to rotate, so you can sort of teleport from one location to another. And here I can read the billboard. I can go to different locations. So that's how you set up the VR template. And also I can see all the details of my asset brought in from other libraries. I can go here to see all my characters. So it's pretty cool. I have all of this control. Another thing I think you probably wonder what is the benefit of have the hands here is number one, I'm able to pick up objects. So here I already changed one of these motorcycle as movable objects. So here I can actually grab. I just need to go really close, so I'm able to get closer to it. Yeah, my computer is stuck. Oh, here we go. So I'm able to actually, to grab these objects. So the nice thing is I'm able to see these objects in any angles I like. So that's really nice. I'm also able to turn around. I can see all the mechanical details. So you can see my hand is here, but I can grab, right? Then I can, change the views. Right? So that is one benefit is in VR, you are able to pick up objects. I can just let it sit in the air. Okay, so that's in the VR part. I also programmed some of the hotkeys. So here, if I press, I believe it's a B, so I'm able to control the robot in the VR mode. So here, if I switch back to my keyboard, I should be able to control this robot. So right now I'm walking using the keyboard and the mouse. I'm able to see the robot right here. And also I can still using the key, let's see, M, right, is to control another robot. M again, I'm able to control the girl, so she is able to run. Okay. Yep. And also I'm able to use F key, so she is able to fly. So this is all still working pretty well using the hotkey. So F is going down. I think the P, I have to press M again to switch back to the robots. Yeah. So each time you want to switch to another character, just make sure you start with the robot. Then P, I think, is another robot. P is the Leo. He's able to fly. Okay. And also Shift. Yeah, probably this is not a good idea. This is going to be very easy to get nausea. And also, if I going back to the start lobby, I think it should still works. Yeah, so you're kind of going back to this lobby, and you see the dragons, right? So this is all in VR, since I'm able to, right, look around. So on the screen, this will be a little bit shaky, too much, but you got a point. So here I can fly. I'm able to fly. See the dragon and F. Okay, and also I'm able to go back to the 18 town, right? This is the one I just traveled from. So I'm coming back here. So that's basically the whole process, how you travel back and forth. All right. Okay. Take it out. So I will talk a little bit how I set it up. So later you can play. So first, to make this motorcycle be able to be picked up, you have to change in the details, change it to movable objects from static. And then you have to find this component called grab. So here in the content, if you just search grab, you can see this is the blueprint class. This is associated with the VR template. So you can just drag and drop to make sure this grab component is attached to the movable asset. So if you do that, I don't need to do two, this will be able to respond to the movable, to the pickup. You can also activate physics if you like. Just refer to my other tutorials on the mobile VR. You will learn how to activate the physics. Yep, so this is how the game mode now is setting up. And also, if I open the level blueprint, I can show you. I just did a very simple script, which is very similar like the one we did before. So I have this B key on the keyboard, which flip-flop, then we'll swap between the robots and the VRpawn, right? So when you press once, became a robot, press twice, became the VRpawn. And also I want to just make sure I load the correct VR index, the default mapping context. So here I see if I have 4 now, since I added the VRpawn from 3 to 4. So if you roll over, you can see I have 1 vehicle, 1 VRpawn, 1 for the robot, and 1 for the superhero. So just make sure you point to the correct one you want to add to the mapping. In this case, it should be the third one, VR template. Okay. Yeah, I think that's it about the programming side to make it happen. I do want to mention is, the VR, if you do want to start with VR, the best way to start is actually not start from this level. You just go to the VR template, and there is a template called VR template. If you open, this is the standard kind of playroom. You can have some cubes you can grab, there's some guns, you can shoot a ball. So you can use this guy as your starting point if you want to do VR. For my kind of portal setup, I do have this new portal. I just put it really, further away. So this portal is actually right now linked to the VR template map. So even you are playing, let's see, in the lobby level, right? So the default game mode is a third-person game mode, right? It's not a VR game mode. So here, if I play, yeah, you can play in editor. Right, so you see this is the third-person game mode, right? So if I really get closer to the VR template and teleport, then immediately I'm inside the new level, right, called VR template level. So the way I can get out from this level is I have this hand, right? So if you press A or B or press the menu key, it should pop up a menu actually. Then I can use the knob to choose back to lobby and then front trigger to click. So that's how going back to this. But as soon as you come back, because the game mode is changed, you lost VR you don't see your hand anymore. But in this case, you just need to just control the superhero to do the job. Right? So it's a little bit confusing. You have two different game modes. Now you can swap, you can play. But whenever you go to the 18 town level, right? So this is the place by default I have the VR Pong, right, activated. That's the reason is if you look down, you can see the hands here. But if I don't want to make this as a VR Pong default, I want to go back to Tom. And I want to change this back to the third person because I think most people don't have the BP third person. They don't have the VR Pong. So here I change the level back to third person. If I play, right, you have the third person as your default, right? So this superhero girl is your default Pong. However, if you do want to, switch to the VR Pong, I still have this guy right here. You can do is press M first to switch the robot, right? So this is the robot now, and then you press B. So activate this robot once again. You press B to activate the VR Pong. So now I do have this VR Pong, and also I have my hand available, right? So this is a little bit tricky. But in your case, you probably don't need this kind of setting. If I press B again, I'm switching back to the robot. So now I'm using the keyboard to control the robot. Right. Okay. I think that's it about the new VR Pong available. I want to just point out we can put it here in, then we can load into the levels, then we can possess this VR Pong. And so this is one way. Another way is you can just simply use the VR template map. And here you can add your new asset, then you rename it right to a different thing. Maybe you can just, if you want to use it in your level, just drag and drop, right? So for example, I'm, one main, right? So if I want to use this guy, I will drag and drop, and I will make a copy here, right? And then you can accept because you have the same name. You see this one is a star. You have to rename it because I really don't like two files with identical name. So I will give this game kind of one main VR, right? So you can give a name. Then you can double click and edit from here. So that's the whole process you can start with something really simple, and then you add in your own concept in, maybe with some interactions. All right, I hope this is helpful, and I will stop my video here.